Hey guys, what's up? It's Melody, and today we have my favorite bookmark of all time. It's so easy to make. It's the absolute most minimal bookmark, and it's inspired by the Konmari book. But before we get started, I wanted to show you guys my Christmas present. This is my favorite Christmas present of all time. I did not expect to get so much use out of it, but it's crazy enough. I actually use it every day, multiple times a day. Pat is yawning. Alexa, what is black and white and red all over?
An educated penguin.
She's a smart aleck. You can tell it was designed by geeks. I really like that, but not to get too distracted, I had to show you guys that. I love watercolor paints. Doesn't this just look like makeup palettes? I'm gonna say grab number 52, this shade here, and we're gonna make the Konmari bookmark. Okay. So I really wanted a very simple bookmark because I read a lot. I do not have a lots of arts and crafts things. I usually stick to watercolor paints. Watercolor is enjoyable to me because it's not precise. So when I want to relax, I like to work with something that kind of flows. And the beauty of watercolor is you use water and it doesn't dry quickly. You can push around color and really illustrate. You can really have fun with it. So I love watercolor. Another thing I like about it is it's very minimalist. You don't need a palette to paint. You don't need canvas or anything like that. You just need thick sheets of paper. So I'm going to be using watercolor paper here today, which I will link everything down below, but I'm going to be using this watercolor paper. I'm going to be using my favorite watercolor paints of all time. They're Japanese watercolor paints. So you want a regular printer paper, and what we're going to do is we're going to measure out a 3" by 3" square. That's the first thing that you're gonna do. And I'm gonna show you how to make 3 different bookmarks, the last one being the Konmari one. So you're gonna grab your ruler, any ruler will do, and you're gonna grab a pencil and you're gonna measure out 3 by 3. So I'm just gonna use my kitchen shears for cutting this. You can have a designated scissors, but I bought a designated scissors and then I never ended up using it because this one works just as good. So I'm just gonna cut out my 3 by 3 square. And if it's not precise, don't worry about it, because when we fold it down, we will be able to cut off anything that doesn't line up. So what you want to do is grab your 3 by 3 and fold it in half into a perfect triangle. Alexa, are cats intelligent?
Domesticated cats are intelligent creatures. They can memorize things, learn new behaviors, and can communicate to some degree. New research claims that they are equally as intelligent as dogs, rather than less intelligent as was previously thought.
Ah. Pat, hear that? You can learn new behaviors. Once you've got your perfect triangle, then what we're going to do is fold the edges up towards each other. So this wasn't a perfect 3 by 3, but that's okay. We'll just cut it down. Okay, so once you've got these edges pushed up, then you push them back down and you're going to fold the center down. So fold that center down. You're going to grab the top and push it in. You're going to fold each of the sides in and push them in. And there is your first bookmark. This is your very first bookmark. The reason why I like this kind of bookmark is because it is so simple. You can still see the words on the page, so you don't even have to move it until you're done reading. And then when you're done, it takes up no space at all, and it's so easy to see. It's just such a minimalist bookmark. It doesn't take up any of the space on the page. What used to annoy me is when I would crack open my book and the bookmark would be taking up all the words, so I have to move it out of the way. And then where are you going to put it? Well, while you're reading your book, you can just grab it and put it on the flap and then keep reading. Or you can just leave it on your page because it's not going to be blocking any words. My point is, this is such a great bookmark. So minimalist. But maybe you want it to look aesthetically pleasing. So here's one idea that I've done, which is probably my favorite idea because I like things to be geometric. So I grabbed some construction paper or some watercolor paper, which I have here, and I cut it into a perfect square. So I traced out the perimeter of one of the bookmarks, and you can make it bigger. You can make it a 4 by 4 if you want. If you want a bigger bookmark, I like them nice and small. But I traced out a perfect square, and then I watercolor painted it into my favorite blue, and then I cut it in half and glued it on. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about with the KonMari one. But there it is. It looks so sophisticated. It looks so beautiful. Guys, a minimalist bookmark is just all the rage. You got to try it. You've got to try it. So we're going to do the KonMari one. So if you got lost with that description, don't worry, because we're going to break it all down right now. What you're going to need is your watercolor page, and you're going to need your compass. And you want to make it to be so that it will go exactly around. And if you are not a crafty person, you can just make this one blue circle like I did with my square. You can just make it one blue circle and call it a day. If you make it too small, that's okay. You can just cut the bookmark around it. You can cut around it, but you're gonna have to glue this well so it doesn't come apart. The bookmark doesn't come apart, so it's better just to go over the perimeter. But you don't have to. You can still cut it down, so if you messed up, that's okay. I'm gonna use a couple of pages in the back so that it's not bleeding onto everything. You can do a couple practice circles on regular 8x12. It's no big deal though. I'm not trying to get it too perfect. It's a KonMari inspired bookmark. I'm gonna try to eat my watercolors again. Speaking of intelligent cats, I was painting the other day and Pat started linking the red color. Can you believe it? I stopped that straight away. Oh no, you are not licking my $30 paints. It is a moon. Glue it on the square. Make sure you glue the square and not the circle, because the circle is covering a lot more area. So for this one, I'm not going to cut it down. I'm just going to glue it perfectly on there. I made my watercolor to look exactly like the Spark Joy book cover. And you don't have to do this. You can just use one color. And I am a minimalist, so for the rest of my bookmarks, I am just going to use the blue color. But if you want to get extra creative, you can make a rose. Imagine how beautiful it would be with a pink or a red rose. You can make watermelon. I am so pleased with how this turned out. So if you give this video a try, definitely tag me on Twitter or Instagram. Let me know, guys, because I want to see what you guys got. I'm sure you guys have plenty of creative ideas that you guys could use it for, watermelons and other things like that. Definitely let me know, and I will see you guys next Sunday in the next Minimalist and Organization video. Thank you guys so much for watching.